Hey, what's going on, everybody? It seems we have some more news regarding the Ahsoka show, and this really plays into some of the leaks that I went over a couple days ago with the World Between Worlds stuff. So let's get into it. Let's see who has been hired to play young Ahsoka, because of course there is a whole other story to Ahsoka than just her adult life that we're getting in, The Mandalorian and Boba and the Ahsoka show. So, Star Wars Ahsoka is expected in 2023 with Rosario Dawson as the lead actress. However, it's been reported that younger versions of the character will appear in the series. And if you missed the last video that I did regarding the leaks, go check that one out. But essentially, there's going to be a moment in there where she goes in the World Between Worlds, which is kind of like a almost Back to the Future sort of play on Star Wars, where she goes into this land and she can see all these different possible timelines of different moments in Star Wars. Also, different outcomes of different moments. So not only like the things that have happened being echoed through time, let's say, but portals into fictitious, like what if scenarios. Like, what if she was on Mustafar with Anakin? And with that, there will also be, young moments of her life too. And I guess this is where that falls into place. Nerdgasm has exclusively learned that actress Savannah Stein will play a young version of Ahsoka Tano. Earlier in 2022, Stein appeared in HBO's House of the Dragon. Now she'll be appearing in Disney Plus's Ahsoka series coming in 23. Announced in December 2020, Ahsoka is a spin-off from Disney's The Mandalorian. It follows the character's appearance in the second season of the show. Rosario Dawson takes on the mantle of the former Jedi Padawan. However, she'll be joined by Natasha Liu Bordizzo, who plays Sabine Wren. The Ahsoka series will be a limited series that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have developed. Filoni has written the series while also directing multiple episodes. And that's one reason why a lot of fans are really excited about the show, is because Dave Filoni is behind it entirely. It's not just a couple episodes here or there. He is the one who has really made this show, and as we know, Ahsoka is his character. He created her. Notable Star Wars leaker MakingStarWars.net has revealed details about the upcoming series. The information matches that we here at Nerdgasm have known for some time. Savannah Stein will play a young Ahsoka Tano in flashbacks of the Clone Wars. Ahsoka was a pivotal character in the animated series The Star Wars Clone Wars. However, Jason Ward's information adds more depth to how his younger version of the character could appear. While flashbacks seem the obvious answer, it does appear to take another turn. According to Ward, younger versions of Ahsoka will appear via the World Between Worlds. This location is a mystical plane within the Force. Oh, you know this. Ward's information somewhat checks out. He states that during the series production, the character of Ahsoka Tano had different code names, therefore suggesting different actresses would be playing the character for specific moments. As such, it matches our information. Additionally, it's reported that Hayden Christensen will fight the Clone Wars Ahsoka. This is the one that Savannah Stein will be playing. Christensen has long been rumored to be appearing in the series. This follows his appearance in Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi as Anakin Skywalker Darth Vader. So, I gotta make a whole separate video on this by itself. Anakin fighting Ahsoka Tano and a younger Ahsoka Tano, they gotta be careful with that. If she wins, I'm gonna be really, it's rigged, dude. Like, that's just kind of ridiculous. The only thing that I could see being a plausible plot point to her beating him, and I'm saying that quotations for everyone on Spotify listening to this right now, is if he is extremely uber conflicted. And he was very conflicted when he was fighting Obi-Wan, no Sith eyes, but I think he would be even more conflicted when fighting Ahsoka, because she is like, his little sister at the end of the day. Savannah Stein came to light recently for her appearance in House of the Dragon. She took on the role of Lady Lena Valerian, therefore finding herself acting with the likes of Matt Smith and other prominent cast members of the Game of Thrones prequel series. So did you know that Matt Smith was actually supposed to be in Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker? It was rumored that he would, and he confirmed that he was going to be a very important character, but it was rumored his character was actually going to be a young Palpatine clone, who I think would have been really cool to the story. I think he would have been a really interesting plot point, and he would have added a lot of badassery, to put it lightly, in the episode, in the movie. Here we go.
You were going to be in The Rise of Skywalker. Matt, did you ever shoot any Star Wars scenes?
No, I didn't. There was, we were close to me being in it, but then it just never quite happened. I think the thing they were thinking of me for, eventually the part became, it became obsolete and they didn't need it. And so I never got to be in Star Wars. There we are.
Wait, what? Here's conjecture. Was this Palpatine's son? Was that who you were playing?
I could not possibly say. I could not possibly say. But it was a pretty groovy thing. It was a really groovy part and concept. It was pretty big. It was a big thing. It was like a big story detail, like a transformative Star Wars story detail. But it never quite got over the line.
No, I can't deal with this. I'm gonna have nightmares about this now.
Yeah, I mean, it was like it was a big.
Having a young Palpatine fighting, Rey and Kylo would have been quite over the top, but it also would have been very Empire at War-esque, like the comics. It also would have been very Dark Empire-esque, like the comics were. And I think it would have added something a little more unique to the film, rather than just bringing Palpatine back and having him die a very similar way that he got, messed up as in Revenge of the Sith. So it was just kind of unbelievable in a sense. To recap, Nerdgasm has exclusively learned that Savannah Stein will play a young Ahsoka Tano in Star Wars Ahsoka. This aligns with new information reported by MakingStarWars.net. However, the information provides more weight to Nerdgasm's findings. Specifically, Stein will appear in the series alongside the lead Rosario Dawson. Currently, Star Wars Ahsoka is scheduled to release sometime in 2023. Cool. Okay, so if we get a young Ahsoka, we're going to get many different Ahsokas from many different ages, and the young one would be, most likely, her going to Mustafar to fight Anakin Skywalker. How that would happen, it would be in a alternate timeline somewhere where she may not be going in herself, the present day as the real Ahsoka. It would be her maybe looking at these events happening. Perhaps looking through like a crystal ball or like a, wishing well, or like, through that arc, that portal, mirror. Now, another place that young Ahsoka could be is her leaving the Jedi Order, and we could have a what if she never left the Jedi Order, which I guess in turn would end her up on Mustafar, perhaps, possibly. But that begs the question, where is Obi-Wan? So is it going to be Obi-Wan and Ahsoka fighting Anakin? Because that would be really interesting to see. Maybe they wouldn't maim him like Obi-Wan did. Maybe they would just arrest him and bring him in. That would be really interesting to see, I think. I think, if she's going to be going to Mustafar, I'm wondering what the heck happens to Obi-Wan. Why is he not there if he's not there? Where is he at? Does he die in Order 66 and she has to take the baton and go and fight her master? I'm going to do a poll on the community tab, and I want you guys to tell me, who do you think Anakin would beat? Obi-Wan Kenobi, not taking account for the actual events of Revenge of the Sith, which is purely because of the high ground. I think if they were in like a flat plain, kind of like a stadium, like in Thor Ragnarok with the Hulk and Thor, and then I think Anakin would have won, but it was his own arrogance which made him lose, and he was, he messed up. But do you think Anakin would have a harder time fighting Ahsoka or Obi-Wan Kenobi? Let me know what you think, and which era of Ahsoka, because Obi-Wan Revenge of the Sith was definitely much more attuned in the Force and lightsaber fighting style and lightsaber fighting than Ahsoka was at that time, I think. But then that also raises the question, what if she did train a little bit more and she was at the Jedi Temple still learning from Anakin and never left? Would she have owned her skills faster and better? Probably. Most likely. She would have been still training, super hard. Now, while none of this is confirmed, the rumor might be true, it might not be true, but it does align with everything that we've been getting regarding leaks and supposed leaks and this and that. So these are my thoughts on it. I think if we do see a young Ahsoka, it'll be pretty fascinating to see her in different facets and different moments of her life, including when she was young, which will be played by Savannah here. So it'll be neat. What if Ahsoka never left the Jedi Temple? What if Ahsoka fought Anakin on Mustafar? What are some other fanfictions that we could have for Ahsoka in a young setting, a young Ahsoka? What if Ahsoka fought Dooku? I don't know. The list could really go on. Anyways, I look forward to your thoughts on this, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you.